Hi everyone. Which way do you think I'm going to come from? The right or the left? That's the video. Which direction? From the right or the left? This is an old school video. I haven't made these types of videos in a long time. This is like when I first started making videos. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to make a quick video for y'all about composite inverses. So composite trig inverses, right? So let's do a couple of examples. Now, a composite obviously is when there's a double trig function, like it's like inverse tan of sine of 1/2 or whatever, right? So let's do a couple of examples. Example number one, we've got cosine or inverse cosine of sine pi over 6. Now, how we work this out is we work from the inside out, right? So when I see a sine of pi over 6, what I need to do first is I need to find out what the sine value is at pi over 6. Now we know sine is y. So what is the y value at pi over 6? Well, the y value at pi over 6 is 1/2. So what I'm doing here is it's still cosine of inverse, but now I'm looking at the 1/2 value. Now remember what an inverse means of trig. Instead of giving you the radian measurement to find the ordered pair value, it's just the reverse. I want to know what the cosine value is when cosine is 1/2, meaning I want to find the radian measure or the angle measure when cosine is 1/2. So where is x 1/2? Well, we can make this a little easier by knowing what quadrant it's going to be in, right? So the quadrant that we're in is obviously in 1 because cosine is going to be a positive value in 1. So my answer is wherever the cosine or x value is 1/2, the radian measurement is pi over 3, right? So my final answer is pi over 3, right? Let's do a couple more. Let's get a different color. I don't want to erase that just yet. Okay. Next one is inverse tangent of cosecant negative pi over 2. Okay. So again, we're going to work from the inside out. We want to know what the cosecant value is at negative pi over 2. Well, remember that cosecant is 1 over y. So what's the value or the ordered pair at negative pi over 2? Well, remember, negative angles go the other way. They go clockwise, right? So instead of going up to 90 degrees, I'm going down to 270 degrees, but it's not 270, it's negative 90 or negative pi over 2. Well, the value at negative pi over 2 is 0, negative 1. So 1 over y, or 1 divided by negative 1, is just negative 1. So now I'm looking for inverse tangent of negative 1. Well, the inverse tangent value at negative 1, and remember where tangent is negative in quadrant 4, right, for inverse. So I need to know what value that is. So basically I'm looking for what is the tangent value, or the y over x, that gives me a negative 1. Well, the only time I can get a negative 1 value is if I divide root 2 over 2 by root 2 over 2. And that's going to happen at the 315 degree mark. But again, I'm looking for the negative value. So this is just going to be the negative version of that, which is negative pi over 4. Right? So let's do another set that's a little bit different. And I think I have enough space if I move this. Right? Because those are straight up, right? And I'll give you an example in a second that you can do or work on it by yourself. But here, what happens if I get a value or I give you some kind of measurement here that's not on the unit circle? Well, then we have to draw right triangles and use Pythagorean theorem. So this is kind of an easy one, but I'm going to walk it through just in case. So I'm looking for cotangent of inverse tan 15 over 8. Now, the order is a little different here because remember, we had the inverse on the outside, now we have the inverse on the inside. It doesn't really matter too much, but I know because 15 over 8 is clearly not a unit circle measurement, I've got to draw a triangle. So we're going to draw our right triangle, and we know tangent is positive in quadrant 1, just like everything else. So let's make our right triangle, and let's label what tangent is, right? So the radian measurement that makes up 15 over 8 is going to be here as theta, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Well, now I'm looking for what the hypotenuse is, right? So this is a Pythagorean triple. If you do the Pythagorean theorem, you'll get 17 for the hypotenuse. Well, now I've satisfied this measurement because I drew my right triangle and I completed the right triangle measurements. I've satisfied this. Now I want the cotangent value of this measure. So I'm looking for now, because I've done this by satisfying it with graphing or drawing the triangle, I know cotangent, I'm looking for what's the cotangent value of this theta measurement. Well, we know the cotangent is just the opposite of tan. So yeah, I could have just did 8 over 15, but I wanted to show you how this looked. So cotangent is x over y, or it's adjacent over opposite. So adjacent is 8 and opposite is 15, which is going to be my final answer for here. So it's going to be 8 over 15 for the measurement here. Now, yes, I could have just looked at cotan and tan and knew that they were opposites anyway and just said, well, I'm just going to flip this. But this process is used for every single time we do measurements that are not, because I'm not editing this video, are not on the unit circle. All right, let me give you one to try on your own, or two to try on your own, and then you can pause me and work it out yourself. But I'm not going to be able to edit this video because I'm at school, obviously, right? So you're just going to have to pause me. I'll give you a split second to pause me, okay? So let's say I gave you inverse cosine of sine negative pi over 4, okay? And then the second one we'll do another one like that triangle. Let's do cosecant of cosine inverse of root 39 over 20, okay? So again, just a quick reminder before you pause me. Inside out, that's a negative value, so I have to go into find out where sine is negative on inverses. And then this one, it's reversed because the inverse part has to come first when I give you measurements that are not on the unit circle, right? So draw a right triangle, find out where to go, all right? So go ahead and pause me, I'll give you a second. You thought you paused me, you didn't, I just was really still. Okay, go ahead and pause me, right? And then unpause me and I'll give you an answer. Okay, good. All right, so you're back. Let's go ahead and get the answers for this. Oh no, where was the answer for this? Oh no, okay. The answer for this is 3 pi over 4. And the answer for the cosecant one is going to be 20 over 19. Okay? Bye.